a mysterious unseen force once swept across the globe, turning everyday life into a puzzling adventure no one had ever experienced before. Welcome to Explain Like I'm 5, where we take mind-bending topics and break them down into fun, easy-to-understand stories. Ready to get curious? Let's dive in. One day, without any warning, a tiny invader called COVID-19 appeared. This virus was so small that even the best microscopes would have a hard time catching a glimpse of it. Yet, despite its size, it changed the way we all lived. It traveled from person to person, not by knocking on doors or sending messages, but by simply floating in the air when someone coughed or sneezed. It was as if an invisible storyteller had suddenly rewritten the rules of our everyday world. At first, people started to notice that something was different. Neighbors began coughing and families felt unwell. It was like a secret game had started, one where the rules changed every day. Doctors and scientists, who are like super smart detectives, began studying this new virus. They discovered that COVID-19 could make people feel tired, give them a headache, or make it hard for them to breathe. Each person's body was a unique castle with special defenses, which is why some people got very sick while others barely noticed the virus was there. To stop the virus from spreading, everyone had to learn new ways to protect themselves. Washing hands became a superpower move, scrubbing away invisible germs like a knight cleaning their armor before battle. Masks turned into magical shields that covered noses and mouths, stopping those sneaky droplets from carrying the virus to others. These simple actions, hand washing and wearing masks, became our everyday tools for keeping safe, just like wearing a helmet when riding a bike. As the virus spread, the world had to change quickly. Schools, playgrounds, and parks that were once full of laughter became quiet and empty. Staying at home became the new adventure, a chance to build blanket forts, learn new games, and discover creative ways to have fun indoors. Even though it felt a bit lonely at times, staying home was like having a protective bubble, keeping everyone safe until the storm passed. While people were figuring out how to live with the virus, scientists were hard at work like busy bees gathering nectar. They studied how COVID-19 moved and learned why it affected people in such different ways. Some people's bodies were like strong castles with brave knights that fought off the invader easily, while others needed extra help from doctors and medicine. This mystery pushed scientists to learn even more as they searched for ways to help everyone be safe. One of the most important discoveries was the creation of vaccines. Think of a vaccine as a special training camp for your body's army. It shows your immune system a picture of the virus so that if the real villain ever shows up, your body is ready to fight it off quickly. Making vaccines was a huge team effort, like building a giant puzzle where every piece had to fit perfectly. Scientists from all over the world shared ideas and worked together to create a formula that could protect millions of people. It was a race against time, with each discovery bringing hope and a step closer to overcoming the virus. Even with vaccines lighting the way, the journey wasn't always smooth. Information about the virus changed quickly, and sometimes people felt confused by all the new rules. It was as if the map to stay safe kept changing its directions. In those moments, health experts became like lighthouses in a storm, guiding everyone with advice on how to keep safe, reminding us to wash our hands, wear our masks, and keep a little distance from one another. Another challenge during the pandemic was the feeling of isolation. When people couldn't meet their friends or visit family, it was like the world had paused all its fun. But even in this quiet time, technology stepped in to help. Video calls, online games, and digital classrooms became bridges that connected people across the distance. Families found creative ways to celebrate birthdays, share meals, and even learn together through screens. These new methods of connecting showed us that, even when apart, we could still be close at heart. As time went on, the virus changed too. New forms of COVID-19 appeared, variants that were like different levels in a video game, each with its own tricks and challenges. Sometimes these variants spread faster, and scientists had to adjust their plans just like updating a game's rules. Each new variant reminded everyone that nature is always changing, and that staying safe meant we had to keep learning and adapting. The whole experience of living through the COVID-19 pandemic taught us many valuable lessons. One of the biggest was the importance of working together. No one person, town, or country could stop the virus alone. It took a giant team effort, a global puzzle where every small piece mattered, to tackle the challenge. When we shared knowledge, resources, and care, it was like building a massive shield to protect everyone. Another important lesson was about the power of science and curiosity. The pandemic showed us that asking questions and trying to understand even the smallest details can lead to amazing discoveries. Scientists, with their endless curiosity, helped create vaccines and new ways to keep us safe. Their work was like unlocking secret doors in a big, mysterious castle, leading us to better ways to fight back. Looking ahead, experts say that while COVID-19 might not disappear completely, the world is much better prepared now. We have learned new ways to keep safe and are ready to face similar challenges in the future. New vaccines, better tracking systems, and smarter health practices are all part of the legacy of this time. Think of it like learning how to ride a bike. Even if you fall sometimes, you get better and more confident with each try. Every time we wash our hands or wear a mask, we are part of a bigger story. A story about how people from all over the world came together to overcome a huge challenge. It's a story of courage, creativity, and kindness. Even in the midst of difficulty, there were countless moments of bravery. A nurse comforting a patient, a teacher making learning fun from home, or a neighbor sharing a kind word. Each of these small acts was a thread in the fabric of our shared journey. The story of COVID-19 is not just about a tiny virus. It's about how all of us learned to adapt and care for one another. It taught us that even the smallest actions can create big ripples, spreading hope and safety far and wide. With every discovery and every act of kindness, we built a future that is stronger and more united. As the pages of this global story continue to turn, the lessons of COVID-19 remind us to stay curious, be kind, and always be ready to learn something new. The virus changed our world in many ways, but it also showed us the power of community and the strength of our shared spirit. Just like in a favorite bedtime story that ends with a promise of a bright tomorrow, the journey through this pandemic inspires us to look ahead with hope and determination. So, next time you see someone washing their hands or wearing a mask, remember that you're part of this amazing story. A story of resilience, teamwork, and the endless power of curiosity. Each small action is a step towards a brighter, safer future, where every challenge is met with courage and every question leads to a new discovery. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comments. See you next time on Explain Like I'm 5.